In this episode, we're talking about how to do value-based pricing. Most coaches and consultants price their services the same way: by the hour, by the session, or by the materials. It feels safe, it feels fair, but it also keeps your income capped and your value underestimated. And many coaches and consultants think that their clients only care about price, while there are others that only think that value-based pricing only works for big companies. So many just think that the fairest way is just to bill for time. But what if this very way of thinking about pricing is what's holding you back? In this episode, you're going to come away understanding what value-based pricing is and why it changes everything about the way your clients will see you. Let's dive right in. Let's talk about three myths or three different misconceptions. Myth number one, clients only care about price. Well, think about when you go to a store, we'll just say Walmart, and you see items on the shelf. Why do you see different brands there that are at different prices? If people only cared about price, then the cheapest product would be the only one that's there. Or think about the store Costco. Now, Costco doesn't have a variety of things, and you can't compare and get the cheapest item. You just pick from the one or two brands that they have available. So people wouldn't shop at Costco if all they cared about was price. Myth number two, value-based pricing only works for big corporations. So if you're a solo consultant, does that mean this doesn't work for you? Actually, it's no different at all. It's much easier for you because there's not a bureaucracy or there's not a panel or a board that you need the approval of. Once you understand what value-based pricing is and how you can create it, I don't think you're going to look back. Myth number three, the fairest way to price is by materials plus time. Well, my hope is by the end of this video, you'll understand why that is nonsense. People aren't hiring you because of your time and your materials, because anyone else on the planet would be able to offer that same time and those same materials. But what they can't provide is your expertise and your experience. What you can do is grab them by the hand and you could lead them along to a specific result. And you alone have that ability. You're the only one that can take them to get that result. So instead of selling your time or charging for your materials, think about that end result. What is the value to them when you help them get a result? So when people come to you and they're hoping to get that result, you want to focus on that, not how many sessions it's going to take or what materials or how much time it's going to involve, and then therefore coming up with a plan of how much you're going to bill them. What is the result that you're going to get them? They're going to be way more excited if you focus on that result because that's what they want. They could spend a lot of time with you and get all these materials, and if a lot of time passed and then they think, wait a minute, I haven't gotten the result, then they don't care about that time. They're going to ask for their money back. Now, in reality, people value your time, so most people aren't really going to ask for their money back, but they're not going to continue working with you. But if you focus on the result, and of course, you've got to be able to deliver on that result. You need to have a track record of helping other people get that same result. Wouldn't that be the most fair way to decide your pricing? So what is value-based pricing? Well, you take the price of your product or your service and base it upon the perceived value of your clients. So your product or service, what is their perceived value of it? Now again, they're not thinking about it in terms of the time or the hours or anything like that. They're thinking about what result does this service bring me? A lot of times I use the word outcome. So we're talking about the result or we're talking about the outcome that you deliver. And you really just need to understand what is that outcome worth. Now, my client Noelle Randall, she had a program where she took people over a 6-month period of time and helped them get into Airbnb rentals, right? How to do vacation rental real estate. And she would charge $5,000 for this program. She thought, man, I'm going to provide a really valuable service. I'm going to help them do these things along the way. And by the end of the 6 months, they will have a property with positive cash flow. And I think that program was worth $5,000. And people agreed. People would hear about her. They'd see her track record of success, not only in investing herself, but her track record in helping other people do the same thing and have positive cash flow. So they happily signed up and paid $5,000 for that result. Now guess what? About a year later, I was having a conversation with her because I'd really helped her on YouTube. It really attracted a lot of people who were interested in this program. She told me, I actually doubled my prices to see what would happen because she realized, man, I'm getting a lot of great testimonials. I'm really helping people change their lifestyle. I think that this program is actually worth $10,000. So she increased her pricing to $10,000 and it didn't slow down the people that signed up. The value that people perceived was still at $10,000, so she was essentially able to double her revenue. What if my service has intangible benefits? How do I price that? Well, the reality is that's not a pricing problem. That's a clarity problem. I'm going to link to another video right up here. It's called How to Find Clarity in My Business. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think there's any such thing as an intangible benefit. So you might say, what about happiness? Right? I help my clients find more happiness or joy in their life. I help them find freedom. Well, your dream clients that you help do these things, they all found it in a specific way. And they all want those things in a specific way or because they have a specific problem. Like if you help them achieve more freedom, it's freedom from what? Like, is it freedom from depression? Is it freedom from abuse? Is it freedom financially? So the more clarity you can have on that end result or those benefits, the easier it's going to be for you to put a price tag on that. Now, I want to propose that clients will actually feel safer with value-based pricing. I mean, with typical value-based pricing, with an outcome-priced package, like a $10,000 program, if you took Noelle's program and you actually broke down how many one-on-one hours she spent on that, or how many one-on-one hours she gave to that client, we'll just do some simple math. Let's say it was 10 hours. That would mean it's $1,000 per hour. And if she were to sell it that way, yeah, here's my program. I'm really good at real estate investing. I know how to do Airbnb. So if you pay me $1,000 per hour, I will help you out. People aren't going to like that. People don't want the time. So you're much more in alignment with helping them accomplish their goals and helping them really understand the true value. They're going to feel much more safe because they know that you're going to be with them and help them accomplish that goal. And if they don't accomplish the goal, they can hold you accountable because that's your responsibility. When you have these client conversations, when you know what the clear outcome is, you can say, this is the outcome. This is what you can expect from me, and this is what I expect from you so that we can get there. I have a path, and if you follow the steps and let me lead you by the hand, we're going to get to that outcome. Should I still share my hourly rate if clients ask? No, because you don't charge an hourly rate. So even if you can do a hypothetical and say, well, it's probably around $1,000 per hour, that wouldn't serve you at all. If people ask, well, what's your hourly rate? You can say, I actually don't charge by the hour. I give you unlimited access to me. What this program does is it helps you get this result. So I sell a package based on this outcome. How do I pitch value-based pricing without scaring people away? Yeah, you're not going to have to worry about that. Maybe you're afraid because you've always done it by the hour or by the session. But what you're going to find is if you create a program based on an outcome, now, it might be a different type of client that it attracts, and you don't have to fire all of the clients that you've been working with for a while, but the approach I'm sharing will allow you to attract the people that are looking for your help, and when they see the outcome you deliver, it's going to work really well. Can I transition existing clients to value-based pricing? I'll be transparent on this one. I don't know. I've never done that. If I have a client that comes in with one program, I keep them on that program. And if I'm launching a new program and maybe it's priced completely separate, I just keep those clients separate. So maybe there's a way to make that transition, or maybe you can let them know, hey, this is an old model. I don't do it anymore. Here's what my new plan looks like. Let me know if you're interested. But there is a high likelihood that they could leave you at that point. How do I know if I've priced too low or too high? You're not going to know in the beginning, right? I mean, you can do testing and asking people over time. The real test is how many people hire you, right? And you're going to have conversations with people that are golden. And about a third of those people should purchase the program from you. If 100% of the people you talk with are purchasing it, then your pricing is probably too low. If your conversion rate's a lot lower, then it might be that your pricing's too high, but there's a lot of things you got to look at. Like, what is that sales conversation? Or where are these leads coming from? Are they cold leads or are they referrals? Typically, you're going to have a gut feeling about a price point. It's not something that's a dream like, oh man, what if I charged $100,000 for this? My program's worth $100,000. Maybe it is, but that might also be pie in the sky. So try and be realistic, go with a gut feeling, make sure that you're not just matching your expenses, right? So how much does it cost to deliver the program? And then how much you charge, you need to have a significant amount of profit. I would say at least double, maybe triple what the program costs you financially. It might also be your positioning. So when you're doing your marketing and people are coming in, Do they see you as an authority? I have another video where I go into a lot more detail on this. It's called Why Your Marketing Isn't Working. So I'll link to that video right there. So now that you understand a little bit more about how to do value-based pricing, you need to have a marketing strategy that matches. Okay? So I'll link to that video right there. I'll see you then.